Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking, and we are going to be talking about dragons today. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys about dragons, so it's probably very much overdue. Um, the reason I'm going to talk to you about it today is because I've had different um, dragon energies coming forward that I wanted to talk to you about. But in case you're new to the concept of dragons, dragons exist in an energetic form, essentially everywhere, is what I'm going to say. They exist in physical bodies in higher dimensions. And even higher dimensions above that, again, they are just energy bodies. But let me see what information I have for you. And if anything I ever say doesn't resonate for you, feel free to just discard it because not every piece of information that a channeler shares is necessarily meant for every single person. So if I ever say anything that kind of just feels like, just doesn't resonate, that's okay. Just disregard it. Just take the pieces um, that resonate with you, that help you. Just disregard the rest. So let's see. Okay, so I had all this like channeled information, and I hope I can make sense of it because sometimes when I channel something and then I go back to tell you guys, I feel like it feels like I'm reading somebody else's work because when I'm channeling, I'm kind of in a trance or in another space. Okay. So I have here when a dragon. Oh, okay, because you know what? We're not just talking about any dragons today. We're talking about crystalline or crystalline dragons. So don't let that word like throw you off if it does, because for a long time it threw me off. Crystalline or crystalline is just a description of uh and I'll kind of actually explain it in my notes. It's just a word to describe a really high vibrational energy attached to whatever animal we're talking about. Some people use the word like prismatic, or there might be other descriptions as well that people use. All channelers kind of pick their own words to use. There's not like a single vocabulary that we're all using on things, which unfortunately makes it kind of confusing. But um, don't focus too much in on like what words we choose versus like the concepts that are coming across, because the concept is universal. The words we choose are specific to who we are. Okay, so when a dragon or any animal is being called crystalline, we're going to talk about this for a second. It means it holds the energy of the original creation in its highest form. So for a dragon, these crystalline or crystalline dragons hold dragon energy in the highest vibration. Crystalline dragons were created to house and protect dragon energy as a whole. They preserve the highest vibration of dragon energy. It's it it is the original blueprint form. Using dragons as an example, the crystalline energies are etheric beings. Okay. Yeah, so the crystalline dragons, they don't they can have physical bodies, but let's not get into semantics. In general, crystalline energies are just an energy and they don't necessarily have a physical body, which is kind of counterproductive to what I just told you about the crystalline dolphins in a recent video. So I want to explain that because basically the original form is energetic and they house and they protect and they hold that high vibrational energy. And then sometimes we have incarnated versions, so incarnated dolphins or incarnated dragons on other planets. And they carry with them some of that crystalline energy. And we'll talk about that as well. So if it's incarnated, it's carrying crystalline energy. If it's the etheric ones, They are the embodiment of the crystalline energy, if that makes any sense. Okay. And I'm skipping my notes because I just explained what's in my notes. Incarnated beings carry this information in order to seed it into the planet that they are on. Seeding energy can be done by etheric beings, but it's not really as effective. What's really effective is having an incarnated being seeding the energy. And I don't know all the reasons behind that, but my guides have shown me that time and time again that there is power in being incarnated and working with energetics. If you're just an energetic form, you don't have the same power as a physical being in some aspects, which is kind of counterintuitive, but it's true. Let's see. I've learned that all light workers, so if you're watching this video, I'm calling you a light worker. You might be like, no, I'm not a light worker. I don't do any of those things. If you're watching this video, you're awake right now, to whatever extent you're awake right now. You're aware of the world being more than what's portrayed in, I don't know, mainstream society, I guess is what I will say. There's more to the world than what we're being shown at first glance. And so if you have that awareness now, in my opinion, you are a light worker. But don't get too caught up on labels because I don't know, it's a human thing to do. So I've learned that all people who are watching this video right now are carriers of crystalline information. So carrier, you hold inside of you, or you can hold inside of you crystalline information. And that is part, I'm reading my own notes, and that is part of what happens in the background when a soul mission is completed. Okay, let me tune into that again. Because they were saying, like, let's say, I don't know. Guys, give me a good example. They were just showing me that, like, let's say everyone has a ton of different soul missions, right? And so maybe your soul mission is to be a healer, or maybe your soul mission is to like bring people together in a community, or maybe your soul mission is to work with magic, or who knows? Lots and lots of different choices. So while you are doing the thing you love to do, maybe you're, I don't know, you're painting, or you're spending time outside and you're talking to Mother Earth, or whatever it is you're doing, it's in the background in ways you don't recognize. You could be seeding this really high vibrational energy into your work, into the earth, into another person. This is interesting. Okay, so I'll keep going. And I've lost my place. Crystalline information, or information with the highest vibration, is woven into the things. Oh, here, I said it right here. I could have just tuned into what I wrote. Is woven into the things we create and build. And this energy has a consciousness and can take root and grow into the matrix in ways we can't see. So this threw me off because I don't really use the word matrix, but what I was shown is that the matrix, how I'm being shown it, it's like a framework that surrounds us, that makes our reality look the way our reality looks. Um, and they're showing me that crystalline energy is necessary because our current framework, or the current matrix, is there's supposed to be a so is it sorry guys, now I'm having a side combo to figure this out. So what he's saying is that as we kind of plant or seed this high vibrational information into our creations, into the earth, into each other, as we start doing that, it spreads and it grows and it will change this framework that makes, physical things look like physical things. Physical things are still going to be there, but is it changing about it? It's obviously bringing it into a higher frequency. Oh, he's like, that's what ascension is. Everything has to come with you. He's telling me, like, your vibration has to get higher for us to ascend. The earth's vibration has to get higher. My phone, like all the things, you have to raise the vibration of everything. That's interesting. Never really thought of that, but I guess that makes sense. Okay, let's see. We can call in crystalline animal guides to support us for specific or general purposes. We do not need to be carriers necessarily of like that specific, because there's different kinds. There's like all these subsets, all these specific kinds of crystalline energy. It's like the dolphins have their own energy, the whales have their own energy, the dragons, whoever. They all have little specific subsets. You don't need to be a carrier of a particular kind of crystalline energy in order to reach out to that guide. So you should always feel comfortable and confident reaching out to any guide, any guide you're interested in, any guide that gets you excited, that resonates with you. Reach out to them. Don't feel like, oh, they aren't my guide or they aren't as much my guide as they are somebody else's guide. Nope. They're all very eager to work with us. So reach out to who you want to reach out to. Let's see. Okay. Crystalline dragons have blueprint energies. So these are original energies that creator wanted to exist in the highest possible forms without any chance of them being destroyed or changed during incarnation. So this is why they are the protectors, like the etheric dragons. This is why they are the protectors of that energy, because they need to exist in etheric form where the energy can't be changed, basically, when the energy can't be broken down and no longer exist. It's always being held etherically by these dragons, and then the rest of us on all our different planets can call in this information, call in this energy and use it. And if it gets, tainted or corrupted because it's hanging out here on the 3D Earth and we don't use it properly or whatever, it's still being preserved. So this is just like really high level like semantics that they're showing me, but it's because this is the way my brain works and I want to know. So if this part doesn't interest you guys, just disregard it. Um, so while a dragon's incarnated form may become a lower vibration, the original energy is preserved in the etheric dragons. I'm being shown that there is an etheric blueprint or crystalline energy for people and star beings, but there isn't a different blueprint for each kind. We all have a single blueprint that we're being pulled, that our energies are being pulled from. Whether we are human, whether we are Pleiadian or Arcturian or Andromedan or wherever the being is from, it's all being pulled from the same energetic or etheric version. Unlike these other galactic groups, humanity has the chance to fulfill the blueprint more than any other race of beings that have come before us. These bodies were chosen by Creator to be able to house 24 strands of galactic DNA. some of which are only available at higher dimensions than where our planet is now. Activating that etheric DNA gives us more opportunities to align with the vibration that Creator intended for us. Earth was not meant to be in 3D. Our collective free will got us into this mess, and now we need to get ourselves back out. And I'm sorry, this is Finn the cat that's walking around down here. That you want to say hi? Hello, world. I am trying to get comfortable. Sometimes it takes him a few rounds, a few laps around to like get just the right location. Okay, so let's talk about crystalline dragons because these are guides that everyone can call on and they carry a very powerful energy. And working with dragon energy is going to help speed up our personal ascension and also the ascension of Earth as a whole. But that's only if we work with them. Okay, so I want to tell you about this new guide that started showing up, and it's funny because when I see things, I'm still a human being, so I'll see something new and I'll still look at it and I'll go, Metatron, am I is that what I see? Am I making this up? I ask him that all the time, and every time he's never once said to me, "No, you're making it up." Every time he's like, "Nope, that's what we're showing you." So I was seeing a pink dragon, and they were calling her Pink Lotus Dragon, and so I'm going to tell you about her. So she is a crystalline dragon. She's really big. When I saw her, um, her head was like as big as tall as I am tall, so it's very big. She brings her head in front of me, and when she does, I place my hands on her face. I feel like I can smell her energy. It smells like blossoms, like she smelled like flowers. It's a soft, gentle energy, yet also somehow formidable. She embodies higher heart energy. She carries and protects crystalline heart energy. So that's like her specific role is she's the protector and the carrier and the holder of the highest vibrational heart energy. So cool job. It's hers. You can call on her to help you turn adversity into compassion. The lotus flower grows in the adversity and chaos of the mud, but it transcends the mud and it blooms. She radiates peace and inner calm. And these crystalline energies, if you ever get a chance to tune into them, if you have clairsentience and you can feel it, um, crystalline energy, it's funny. The word that I keep using to describe it is clear. Clear, 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 clear. It's it's very clear, and I don't know any other word to give it. It's like pristine, prismatic, highly organized, highly radiant. When it literally, as you feel it, it feels like clear water in whatever color it's coming to you, but it's hard to explain. Um, it makes me realize, being around these crystalline energies, it makes me realize how murky our energies are here when I feel how clear her energy is. Her energy really is otherworldly. It's wild how we have been around such pure energies like that before. Like, I'm just talking to myself now. I'm like, he used to always be around. Like, when we're not in a body, we can always be around these super clear, super beautiful energies. And then somehow we talk ourselves into incarnating again on Earth. And it's like, wow, when we come to Earth, we are really like, we're signing up for the toughest incarnation there is. We are like brave soldiers who are like, yes, I can do that. Yes, I can help. I know that's the hardest mission. I can do that. this is like where all the adventure is because when being in this body and then feeling that energy, I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? We should be back there with them. Okay, let's see what I have. Yeah. It's wild how we have been around such pure energies like that before and then managed to incarnate here where everything is so dense and cluttered and dirty, energetically speaking. It feels so good to be around clear energies that are high vibrational like that. Your soul craves being around that. So I asked Pink Lotus Dragon because I had all of a sudden, and they did this on purpose, but all of a sudden my wrist started hurting. My wrist never hurts. But I was like, ow, my wrist hurts. So I asked her, hey, can you heal my wrist? And so she like blows some little like light pink flames on my wrist. And it's kind of freaky. So she blew flames on my wrist, but then some of the flames went past my wrist because she blows a much wider flame than my wrist. And the flames that went past my wrist burned up the matrix. Like, it's hard to explain, but I saw her burn a hole in the matrix with her flames. So while the flames were there, the matrix like disappeared. So my reality in that location disappeared and it was like a hole into the cosmos. And it was kind of scary for my ego. My ego was freaking out. But then as soon as her flames pulled back, the matrix returned. So it just goes to show you that, what we perceive here is a very low vibration because her high vibrational energy just transmuted it and it just disappeared. Let's see. Yeah, I asked her if she could heal my wrist. What did I say here? Metatron is the highest. Oh, and so I start talking to you guys. Why did I? It's funny how my brain jumps around with messages on here. I'm just going to tell you what I said. Metatron is the highest vibration. So I don't know why I'm thinking about this all of a sudden. So I'm talking about Metatron's energy. Metatron's energy is also that super high vibration, like these crystalline dragons, but he packages his energy in like a 5D version so that because he's trying to get as close as he can to my vibration, but he's not gonna dip down all the way to 3D. So he lowers himself as much as he can, and then I have to raise my energy as much as I can, and we kind of meet each other probably in the fourth, fifth, third. Are you gonna? He's not gonna tell me. That's fine. But anyways, he lowers his vibration and I raise my vibration, and that way we can meet each other in the middle. If he was, yeah, because if he left himself in a 12D package, I could not connect to that. Like, the only reason I'm able to like connect to any of these like higher vibrational guides is that they package themselves lower so that I can understand them. I'm not seeing them as they are in 12D. I'm seeing them as they are in like a maybe like a 4 or a 5D equivalent. Let's see. So, okay. And then she's in front of me and I'm like looking at her so weird. When I feel and see her skin, like all her little dragony skin, when I see it up close, I realize I've been missing this, that I belong close to these creatures, that they feel like home, that I have been incomplete this entire lifetime without knowing that they exist. Because most of my lifetime, I didn't believe dragons were real, right? This feels like mother energy. Being next to her is like being safe in a womb. This is the blueprint of the higher heart energy that can be experienced with other guides, such as Mother Mary or Kuan Yin or Metatron. And there's also many, many, many galactic guides that hold this energy. My silver manted guide, Arlo, he holds this energy. My golden manted guide, uh, Geo or Gideon, he holds this loving energy. Um, I have like a guide with like blue skin and like big blue head, and his name is Kwamya, and he's from Dakar, and he holds this like anybody can hold this energy, right? But it's that intense loving energy. Yeshua is very good at holding this energy. He did not want to be called out, but you know it's true. Thank you. He hates being pointed out. Okay. Um, in the spiritual world, love is not something you do, it's something you are. And whatever energy you are radiates out for all to feel. There is no concealing who you are on that side. Energy doesn't lie. As humans, uh, relearning sentience and how to feel energy, we too will become experts on others, and being deceived will become impossible. Okay, let me say that again because I said it kind of complicated. So, humanity right now, we're relearning how to feel energy. And once we get better at that, man, it's going to be a game changer because this is a gift, this is an ability that we are all capable of being advanced at. All of us. Gifts, psychic gifts, they're not really gifts. It's our birthright. It's the way we were made. We are made of energy. We are designed to communicate with energy. Period. So once we kind of learn how that feels in this human body and we figure that out again, we're not going to be able to be deceived because somebody can be in your face telling you the most beautiful things, but if you can feel their energy, you know. There's no lying about energy. The energy feels dense. If the energy feels yucky, it's yucky. It doesn't matter how beautiful the package is or how beautiful the words are. So that's important. Let's see. Okay. Pink Lotus Dragon is a good guide to call in when you are grieving, when you are hurting, when your emotions have gotten the best of you. She is calm and patient. She is in no rush to have you process your emotions quickly. She can go through this with you as long as you need. She will stay beside you and radiate love that grounds you and strengthens you. She is the energy of surrender and safety. She is receptive to her experience. She is receptive to her experiences because her peace comes from within, and it too radiates outward. Her flame is gentle. There is no discomfort. It is willingness to take a long time to complete a task in order to bring no discomfort to the one she works on. So what I mean by this is, and I've seen this in Metatron too, so I'll kind of explain this. Metatron is endlessly patient. He still does this now, but I don't notice it as much because I don't tune into it. But Metatron will take a really long time to remove a trauma from from your energy body and your physical body. He will take a lot of time to remove something from you in order to make sure that it's not uncomfortable to you. And he does that because he loves you. There are other guides that love us too. I can ask, I don't know. I don't want to call out anyone in particular. I can ask another guide that is not Metatron to remove trauma from me, and they can do it too, and they can do it faster, but I'll probably feel it a bit. just a little bit of discomfort, no pain. Um, so she has that same kind of infinite patience, infinite love. So if you have any of Amanda Ellis's sprays, let me show you. So she has a spray, and you probably can't read this. It's called Pink Lotus Heart Energy. No joke. Pink Lotus Heart Energy. So for me to call in the energy of this dragon, I combine her Violet Dragon spray and her Pink Lotus spray. And I will do this in a moment with the crystal grid that I have for all of you. Let me take a look. Okay. Or you don't have those sprays. This spray I found out, so it's called Sanat Kumara Love and Light Activation. So this is an Amanda Ellis spray. So this Love and Light Activation spray is like at the same frequency or the same kind of vibration as crystalline energy. So you can use this spray in order to connect to crystalline energy from any kind of it smells so much. Maybe that's why I love that smell. It's funny because color and color and sound and smell. Now I need to cough. Are all now I'm going to clear whatever's in my throat that needs to be cleared. Are all correlated to each other. So it's just like back in science when you were learning like certain wavelengths correspond to certain colors. It also correlates to certain smells. And so this that's why when I was interacting with the pink lotus dragon, I was like, she kind of smells like flowers. Well, this kind of smells like flowers too. If you smell this, it's like I need to look up whatever Amanda Ellis put into this one because it's just like so familiar, so beautiful. Yeah, like this is the smell of this is really, really close to the smell of the pink lotus dragon. Ooh, now I'm curious. I'm gonna compare it against this one. You know what? She kind of smells in between the pink lotus and the love and light activation, is what I would say. Both of them are like the most gorgeous, delicate smells. I would say if I had to pick like my favorite smells, these two and the Mother Mary one, I could just like, and again, Mother Mary is like a very comparable energy to these two, so it's all kind of the same energy that I'm obsessed with, apparently. Okay, let's see. So Amanda Ellis sprays. Cool. One other dragon I want to tell you about. They keep I kept pulling dragon cards where the dragon was blue, and I was like, does a blue dragon want to talk to me? um, so he is also a crystalline energy or prismatic, whatever you want to call it. Um, this is sapphire dragon, is how they're referring to him. So he's a dark blue. He is a protector. The energy around him is peaceful, calm, and safe. This is the color of the higher throat chakra. So I don't know if you remember, I had a video, I think it was the December light worker gateway video is what I think it was because I believe we were supposed to be working on the Alta Major chakra. Does that sound right? I think we were working on the Alta Major chakra, but at the time they also showed me that there's a higher throat chakra, which is actually in front of your body, is how they show it to me. But it's a dark blue color versus like the bright, light, medium color blue that's your throat is. Um, let's see. And in that video, they actually pulled forward this spray of Amanda Ellis's, which is called Midnight Indigo, Light in the Dark. So that's used for a lot of different purposes, but the color of it, that super dark sapphire blue, they wanted to bring that color forward for this dragon. I'm just gonna spray it because they're telling me to. So this is calling in that sapphire blue dragon. Okay. So let me tell you about him. Metatron, okay, I showed you about that. I asked this dragon, sapphire dragon, to come close to me so I can feel his energy. And he starts working on my higher throat chakra. He tells me that I have a trauma block there, which is crazy because it was just in December that we did that like activation in the moment of the higher throat chakra. And he's already telling me, oh, you got a trauma block in there. So he was like clearing that. This is what he said. The trauma I am removing is from other lifetimes. And he tells me this telepathically. And the telepathic communication with him is like super clear. It's like he's just standing right here talking to me in the most clear voice. And so here's what he says. The highest vibrating forms of communication are singing. He's clearing. Are you clearing? Where are you clearing it from? My regular? Yeah. Now he's clearing stuff from my normal throat chakra, my regular throat chakra. The highest vibrating forms of communication are singing, light languages, and light codes. These are pure communication, pure color, light, and sound. Crystalline information is encoded in light languages and light codes used on Earth when the Creator is a carrier of crystalline energy. All light workers are carriers of different kinds of crystalline energy. You can call on me when you need strength in your voice, when you want to speak words that manifest and grow for your highest good. I can protect your voice from blockages or interference from low vibrational energies. I can help you reach freedom. Expression of self in full is the real freedom. Sharing all of who you are means placing your energy out into the world boldly. If it is not expressed, you cannot be free. You cannot manifest. You cannot spread your energy. Each lightworker's soul is a key, unlocking a one-of-a-kind pathway on Earth, but only when they choose to engage with Earth authentically. Each lightworker is needed. No one else can replace your energy. There is only one you. So that is the end of his message. I am going to show you a really cool crystal grid that it has multiple purposes. It's going to be used to call in dragon energy in general, but then I'm going to show you how I'm going to modify it to call in like specific dragon energies. Wanted to show you this. This is going to be the center of the crystal grid. This is a carved dragon skull, which any crystal that is carved, whatever shape a crystal is carved into, it's going to pull in those energies. So in this case, it's going to pull in dragon energies. This stone is called Euperlite. It's the only Euperlite that I have. It is a stone that comes from Michigan. It looks pretty like boring, right? Euperlite is UV reactive. So I have a blacklight flashlight, and I'm going to show you, to the best of my ability, without blinding myself, what happens to Euperlite under blacklight. And it's so hard to show you guys, but obviously you can see it looks like lava. It's like the whole thing catches on fire. Pretty cool, right? So UV reactive. under black light, and a lot of different stones have this. But it's just fun to see. So Light is very good at connecting with galactic energies, which dragons are in fact a galactic energy. Most people probably don't think of them that way, but they are. So okay, so I'm gonna put this crystal grid together, and then we're gonna talk about that. Who is ready to call in some dragon energy? I am. If you do not want to call in dragon energy, you can either kind of mentally say, nope, no thank you, or you can turn off this part of the video if you like. I'm going to be calling in dragon energies in general, and then I'm also going to call in some specific crystalline dragon energies. So the crystal grid that we have here, this is the basic general setup for calling in dragons. We have the Light dragon skull, so he's helping us out. And then I have, these are like giant Herkimer quartzes. Sometimes they're really, really tiny. I shouldn't say giant because these can actually be, I don't know, the size of your head if you find a really large one, but these are pretty big. So these are golden Herkimer quartzes. So Herkimer quartz is excellent for protection. It's excellent for calling in high vibrational galactic energies. We have the golden in here, so we're really tying into the highest vibration possible by linking up with that gold energy. I have a couple pieces of moldavite on the grid. Moldavite are good whenever you're trying to connect with a galactic energy. Even though most people don't think of dragons as being a galactic energy, technically they are. They exist in certain realms in the cosmos. Um, they're on other planets in bodies, so they're technically considered a galactic energy. So let's go ahead and get this started, I think. Oh, the other thing. I don't know if you can see this or not on the camera. This is a gift that I received. It's like a little baby dragon asleep on an egg. It's got like the cutest little crystal right there, and it just makes me so happy. And so I have him here, and I have my moss agate dragon skull kind of calling in more dragon energies. And then even the candle, I'm not going to tip it because I'll set the whole place on fire, but it's dragon's blood. So I'm doing everything I can to call in the dragon energies. I'm going to go ahead and do it verbally as well. Okay, so I'm just going to clear the space really quick. Okay. So I'm requesting to bring in all high vibrational dragon energies that can assist us as individuals or as a planet for our greatest and highest good. You are welcome to be part of our space and be part of our journeys. There are many different kinds of dragons, and I would be lying to you if I said I knew them all. I know there are fire dragons, air dragons, earth dragons. There are water dragons. There are crystalline dragons. But there are many others that I don't know about yet. Some of them I've seen, and many, many of them I'm sure I haven't. This is an extremely diverse group found in all sizes, all shapes, all temperaments. Some with feathers, some with scales, some with fur, some with a little bit of multiple things. As a group, they represent divine feminine energy. They represent intuition, magic, cooperation, a connection to the elements and to the land and to the spirit or the air. That's what they're showing me. They're saying this is the connection between the celestial and the physical. Connection between the celestial and the physical. So I'm calling in all guides, all dragon guides, any high vibrational dragon energies that want to step forward, please join us now. And I'm going to go ahead and modify this crystal grid in order to call in specific energies. So this is like the base version that we have going on. Gonna go ahead and spray Amanda Ellis's Violet Dragon Spray. And off camera, I'm just going to ask all my guides to join my body right now so I can activate this properly. Okay, so we have activation of the grid to call in the energies. And now I'm going to modify this for pink lotus dragon that I talked about today. She's got the energy of basically Mother Mary or Kuan Yin or Metatron, depending on who you're talking to. All love, all compassion, nurturing, gentle, beautiful energy, great for us to use in times of struggle. So, anyone who wants to kind of ask her to come forward and join them, be their guide, I'm going to go ahead and call her in and ask her for that. I'm going to use the pink lotus spray from Amanda Ellis, pink lotus heart energy spray. And that combined with her dragon spray is what kind of connects to that energy in case you're interested in doing that in your own free time. Awesome. You can feel her. That's really cool. Okay. So asking her now to please link up with anyone who is listening to this video who is interested in having you as a guide to please join them moving forward on their journey. And for those of you who are in touch currently with any of your psychic abilities, she will try to work with you as best as she can to make her presence known. So if you have a sense of knowing, if that's your strongest gift, it may just be that you feel like she's in the room with you or she's beside you. If you can feel, let me see, she might come as like chills or goosebumps to acknowledge that she's there. Or it might feel like someone is like wrapped a blanket around you. It might feel like a soothing energy surrounding you. That is her. And of course, if you get any visions or dreams, or you can hear anything, she'll come in that way if that's easiest for you. My vision is my strongest, so I actually can see her in front of me, so that helps me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move on to the next dragon. And if you want to invite all of these dragons to be your guide, do it. If you just feel called to one of them, that's fine too. Now I'm going to call in Sapphire Dragon. I'm putting down titanium coated black kyanite and I'm putting down lapis lazuli, and it's really just for the amazing bold, bright blue color, which corresponds to the midnight indigo spray that I'm going to use to call him in. Thank you, Pink Lotus Dragon. I'm going to go ahead and call in Sapphire Dragon. And the other spray that I'm going to use with Sapphire Dragon is the Sanat Kumara Love and Light Activation. This is great for calling in any crystalline energy. Right now, my intention is to bring in Sapphire Dragon, who is a crystalline dragon. I guess technically I could have used this. Oops, as I drop things. I guess technically I could have used this, which is crystalline, and this, which is pink lotus. I could have used these two together to call in pink lotus dragon. That would have worked too. So just use your intuition. Okay. So I can see him in front of me. Perfect. And he's doing work on me. Make sure I can talk though. He's always working on my throat. Okay. So blue sapphire dragon. Gonna ask now that anyone in this group who would like to invite you in to work with, to be one of their guides. I'm asking that you do your best to connect with them, make yourself known to them, to share your strengths with them and your messages, to give them protection. Okay. And in my head, I'm asked Pink Lotus and this blue sapphire dragon to come forward. So the interesting part now is that I've been asked to call in two other dragons that I've never made contact with, but I'm just gonna trust Metatron because I know these dragons are I know these dragons are here to help. I know they can help. I know they want to help. And so any of you who are interested in connecting with these other dragons that I don't have a lot of information about yet, we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to take the blue off the grid. And as you can see, I'm putting pyrite on here because I want to connect to golden dragon energy. I saw one briefly, but I didn't have the ability to channel them in the moment. But Metatron wanted this video out, so here we are. This is the spray, the Amanda Ellis spray that I've been asked to use. Golden citrine. Makes sense. It's the golden color that we're calling in. So I'm going to use that and my crystalline one. It's called Love and Light Activation, but it calls in the frequency that I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm calling in, pretty please, the golden dragon. It's interesting that each of these dragons has a very distinct and different energy. Just like the color is different, it's like their personality or their energy is very different. Okay, so I see the golden one now. I know him because he is being sweet with me. He's like circling around me with his body, almost like he's wrapping around me. Oh my gosh. He reminds me of like my cat Oliver. He's got good energy. He's very gosh, what are the words? He's comforting. He's Can I try to channel what you are? I know I probably can't do that right on the spot because it's tough, but can you help give me some words for people who may be interested in working with you? Compassion. But how? Okay, help me. It's almost like a masculine, this is just me trying to label it. It's almost like a masculine version of the pink lotus energy. because there's a lot of love. It's very safe energy. It's very comforting, but distinctly masculine and not feminine. Although, to be honest with you, I'm 100% positive that dragons are all androgynous. They're both male and female, but they just tend to present a little bit more of one of those genders to help us kind of small-minded humans label them because we love labels. But they are androgynous. Okay. So anyone who wants to call in this dragon guide, I'm calling him in because I feel like I know him more than the other two so far, although I feel like I know all of them. It's just this one I'm very comfortable with. So please, Golden Dragon, anyone who's interested in having you as a guide and getting your assistance, please work with them to the best of your ability for their greatest and highest good. Transformation. Okay. Okay. Like transcendence. This feels very similar to the messages you were giving me on the pink lotus. That's so interesting. Are you literally just, I mean, you and the pink lotus dragon, are you just, you're like counterparts to each other? He's saying, yeah. Okay. Hmm. There's a difference though. Trying to place what the difference is. It's very similar to pink lotus dragon. Okay, if Mother Mary was a dragon, she's pink lotus dragon. If Jesus was a dragon, he's golden dragon. Oh man, I'm gonna cry. I don't know why that made me cry. I guess that's just validation that I've placed it the way I need to place it. So it's like a golden energy. It's like Christ consciousness. Okay, so that's why I feel like I know him. Really beautiful energy. If you've ever felt um, Yeshua's energy, he's like so humble and likes to stay in the background and doesn't like to be called out and doesn't like to be the center of attention. And it's hilarious because he's like one of the most famous energies of all time and he's got so many people who adore him. Um, but he's exceptionally humble, exceptionally grounded, um, but like the most incredible loving energy. So that's what I'm getting from Golden Dragon. Thank you for giving me your energy. Okay, so call him into you if you want to call him into you. Now I'm kind of curious what this green dragon's going to be all about. That's who's coming up next is Emerald Dragon, who I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about other than there has to be like a healing component to this because it's green and green is heart energy and there are no accidents in the spiritual world with colors. It's green. It has to do with the heart. So we're going to use Emerald Renewal and Recovery Spray from Amanda Ellis. And I'm also going to use Love and Light Activation. And I'm going to ask for the Emerald Dragon to come forward. Female energy. She's pretty. Did the other dragons have that? And I just didn't know it. And she's saying, yeah. She's got like scales down her back that are they have like an iridescent shine to them, and it's quite pretty. And she says that the other dragons did too, but I guess I just didn't tune into it. Okay, so we have her here now. Okay. So, for anyone who's potentially interested in having a loving, healing dragon, I'll try to tune into her more, but let's just kind of start off with this. If you're interested in connecting with her, I'm asking her to please connect. Oh, she's showing me the hearts. She's connecting with the heart of anyone who's interested in having her as a guide. She's interested in guiding us on our journeys. She's showing me like a winding path. She's the guide that you call in when you want your journey to be led by your heart. Okay, so this is about a heart or soul driven journey. If you're trying to live more from what your heart and soul is calling you to versus what your 3D world says is important, this is who you can call in, Emerald Dragon. So she's going to connect with our hearts and help guide us on our journeys. Okay, she's saying that's the message she wanted to communicate right now. Um, she's like in front of me, and I'm trying to figure out a way to describe her energy, but putting words on energy is just the hardest thing. It's like you have a picture of the ocean or a video of the ocean, and you're trying to describe it to someone who has never seen an ocean. It's like you try, not quite right, no matter how hard you try. Okay. She just she has like little claws on her fingers, and she just like stuck her little pointer finger with her claw into my heart chakra, and I could see like little rainbow colors. I'm going to ask her to do that to anyone else who would like that to be done to them. You could go ahead and just touch their heart chakras, light those up. And of course, something comes out of my heart chakra that shouldn't be there. Because whenever you put something high vibrational and something low vibrational has an opportunity to leave if you have something there. Okay. Crystalline dragons. These dragons, if you choose to work with them, it's essentially it's essentially like a mini soul contract, is what they're saying. By agreeing to have them as your guides, they share their crystalline energies with you. And you, in turn, by interacting with the world, have opportunities to seed this high vibrational energy into others, into the land, and of course, it's in yourself. So it's the opportunity to have transformations and growth in your own life and to help change the world with this high vibrational energy. And honestly, if I think of all these energies we just talked about, it's like this is what the world needs more of, right? More love, more compassion, more safety, more magic, more more actions based on heart and soul. Something else they want me to do. What else do you want me to do? Okay, I'm done with Emerald Dragon. Are we done with dragons? No? What else do you want? Oh boy, you want a fifth dragon? I didn't prepare for a fifth dragon. Okay, let me see if I can. I'm I'm sorry if you can hear weird noises on my mic. I have to like loosen this cord so I can reach over and this is an iridescent one. I can see it already. Oh my gosh, how am I going to get crystals for this? This what you want? All right, nothing like last minute changes. So the dragon I'm seeing kind of looks like this, a lot like that. It's like a white, but she's very iridescent. You want more? You want more? Okay. Is that better? Yeah. Okay. Well, she's already here, but let's call her in anyway. Sorry for the cough. Um, Man, feels like I need to cough more. Always clearing things. Okay, this Amanda Alice spray they asked for was Rainbow Unicorn, the closest thing to all these colors. I'm gonna spray. I'm gonna spray the Love and Light activation. Here we go. All right. You are beautiful. So female energy is what it feels like. She's both. Yep, she just switched over to male. Okay, I got you. What do we call you? What do we call you? I'm like, Rainbow Dragon? She says no. Iridescent Dragon? No. What do we call you? Diamond. Diamond Dragon. Okay. What do we use you for, huh? Okay. She's housing the energy. Interesting. So, if you've ever heard me talk about unicorns before, I talk about how they're very, very protective energy and how that they use rainbow energy essentially. And that rainbow energy, the power in it is that it can transmute lower vibrational energies. So anything that's low vibrational, if you bring in a rainbow energy to it, it transmutes it. So it's very powerful. Um, she's like a she houses the original energy for that kind of gets siphoned off. Okay, she's saying dragons were created first. It's almost like she's showing me okay, so creator made angels, and then once creator decided to make planets, he created dragons before the planet. And so these dragons house those original energies that get siphoned down. It's interesting. My brain is trying to understand it. Okay, so Diamond Dragon, anyone who's interested in working with this guide, I know she's good at protection, but I don't feel like, yeah, that's not what you want me to say. Transmuting addictions is what she says. Transmuting grief. So she's showing me really heavy, dark emotional energies, and that she can work with you as you are processing these things to make it easier. Because if you are, like, let's say this is an addiction, or even if it is grief, either of those, um, it's a long process. It's a process that you have to feel the emotions. It's not just going to get wiped off your plate. You have to go through the feelings. And she can make it easier, more efficient, gentler. So call her in when you're processing family trauma that you keep dealing with, keep dealing with, or feelings that constantly arise in yourself, feelings of you feel worthless or you feel unloved or something that keeps repeating in your life. Let her come in and help you clear some of the debris away from this so that it's easier to process. So, Diamond Dragon. I'm gonna forget that name. She's gonna get mad at me. um, okay. Are we? Roz lifting my head up. Are we done? He says yes. Okay. So, 5 specific crystalline dragons, or if you just want to call in any of the other dragons, the earth dragons, the air dragons, whatever you want to call them in. They are ready to start working with us because the only way Earth is going to ascend is if we start collaborating with the energies that made this place, that built this place, that help me with the words. It's like we have to combine back with all these energies that we've pushed away in order to be successful. This is not like a we can just do this on our own kind of thing. We do need to call in our guides. Yes, we are the ones in the bodies, so we have to be the ones to quote do things. But if you don't call in your guides when you are creating something, when you're building something, when you're trying to heal yourself, when you need help and you're struggling, if you don't call in your guides, you're not going to get very far. You are meant to be united to them. We all belong together with them. And so your power is their power is your power. You got to start connecting back with them to rise and kind of raise yourself back into what humanity was supposed to be. So it's getting out of that mindset of, I have to do it myself. It has to be me. I have to do it. It's like, yes, you do, but you need to do it with others. And this is a mindset that's going to need to shift for all of humanity to understand that we need collaboration amongst those in bodies. We need collaboration amongst those in bodies and those energies that are here to support us. We have to start working together, or we're not going to be able to build the eternal high vibrational things that we're looking to build. Because we, as we are right now, we don't have that energy. I am not a 7D being or a 12D being. I can channel them, and so that's me working with them and them working with us. But in order for us to start bringing in these higher energies and learning how to use them, we have to make sure that we're not trying to do it on our own. Okay, so that's my speech. This video is way longer than I thought it was going to be, but I think this is good. This has a lot of potential. I hope that you feel excited about calling in some of these dragon energies. If you didn't call any of them in, it's fine. Maybe one day it'll feel right to you, and then that'll be the right time. And if it never feels right, it never feels right. That's fine too. You have to go with how you feel, what you feel drawn to. It does change over time as your frequency changes over time. So, something you don't resonate with last year, maybe you resonate with this year, or maybe something you don't resonate with this year, you will next year. So, just leave yourself open to change because change is constant, change is expected, change is good, change is what we all need. All right, this is what I have for all of you. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.